where the trail winds around water and the road hugs the dark shoreline, there's a story locals still whisper about. On quiet nights along East Lother Drive beside White Rock Lake, a ghostly figure appears, drenched, desperate, seeking a ride home. White Rock Lake may look calming by day, trails, trees, water shimmering in the sun. But after dark, the legend takes hold. According to the local lore, a young woman in a water-soaked evening dress stands by the road, flagging down drivers. She approaches, asking for help. Then she vanishes, leaving behind only a wet seat. Some say the address she gives is on a nearby Gaston Avenue or Oak Cliff. One of the earliest recorded versions comes via a 1943 Texas Folklore Society piece. A young couple parked by the lake late one night. They turned on the headlights and saw a figure walking towards them, a young girl dripping wet in a white dress. She said, "I'm sorry to intrude, but I must find a way home. My boat overturned. The others are safe, but I must get home." She climbed into the rumble seat, an older car rear-facing seat, gave them an address in Oak Cliff. Then they pulled up, and she was gone. The seat was still wet. The man who answered the door explained his daughter had drowned 3 weeks earlier in a boat on the lake. In the 1950s, veteran Dallas widow dresser Guy Malloy and his wife, driving along the road, saw a young blonde woman dressed fine enough to be from Neiman Marcus, standing as if she had just walked out of the water. He stopped, she got in the back seat, and as they began to drive, she vanished. Only the back seat remained puddled with water. When they followed the address she gave, they discovered the father's daughter had died 2 years earlier following off a pier at the lake. Have you ever driven late at night by White Rock Lake and felt someone watching you from the dark? What if you stopped? What if they asked for a ride? What then? Because there is a woman out there still trying to get home. White Rock Lake is one of Dallas' scenic gems. But after dusk, the lanes grow quiet and the shadows deepen. And legend says that's when the Lady of the Lake appears. Similar stories surfaced in the 1950s. The same pattern, a soaked young woman in fine clothes, a ride home, vanish. Now imagine it's midnight. You're driving slowly along East Lother Drive, windows down, the lake glinting in your headlights. You see movement, a young woman soaking wet, standing at the roadside. You pull over and ask, "Are you okay?" She says, "My boat overturned. The others are safe, but I must get home." She slips into your back seat and you start the engine. You don't speak much. Her dress is plastered to her, clinging tightly to her body. Water drips from her hair. She gives an address and you drive, heart pounding. At the destination, you glance back, but she's gone. The seat soaked. You knock on the door, and the man inside says, "You're the third couple who've told this story. My daughter drowned in White Rock Lake 3 weeks ago." Why does this legend still send a shiver? Because it hits a primal note. The hitchhiker in the dark. But this one isn't just asking for a ride. She asks for home. And the vanish? You help. You believe you're doing good. And then nothing. A puddle, an empty seat, the reality that you might be in the presence of something beyond the living. Plus, the location, it's real. It's familiar. That road, it's real. That lake, real. It makes it more immediate, more unsettling for the locals. If you ever drive by White Rock Lake at night, keep an eye on the shoulder of East Lother Drive. Notice if someone appears in the headlights. If you stop, offer her a ride. Maybe she'll whisper a destination. But look back at the seat before you step out. Is it wet? Empty? Because sometimes the kindest gesture opens a door to the unknown. And next time you're cruising down the shoreline in the dark, watch your rear seat and your heart, because the lady of the White Rock Lake might just be seeking her way home. Thanks for joining me on this midnight drive through Dallas' haunted past. If you like the story, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss our next drive into the South's forgotten hunts. Until then, keep the headlights on and the doors locked. Have a spooky evening.